And welcome back to the Brad Kraut Show. I don't know what episode this is. We just keep ripping pods. But we got co-host. He's back. He's looking handsome. He just got a fresh haircut.
Fade, man. Shout out to Zine. Pre-game barbershop.
Mr. Broadcasting Voice. Aeneas Hawkins.
Bradley. Hey, I'm feeling great. Woke up early, hit that 5:30 workout with you. Back's a little sore.
Same with Clifford.
Great morning.
Yep. And to introduce the one, the only social media star, University of Florida alum, worked with the LA Rams, worked with the NBA, Mr. Clifford Taylor. Clifford, how we feeling? You're back in State College. I know you were, here for the whiteout, but we're back, finally connected on social media. Happy to have you here. Right in the apartment. This is home.
Comfort of the home, man.
But how we feeling today?
Good, man. Like I said, I was here for the whiteout, 12 out of 10 experience, bro. And I heard so much about you in the student section. I'm like, bro, I got to work with this dude someday. And sure enough, we messaged each other like a couple weeks ago, and we're here now. So
now we're back.
Crazy.
Yeah, and it's funny, too, because I actually know Clifford's agent, Michael.
Yep.
Michael is an awesome guy, spoke very highly of Clifford. And, finally, when I met Clifford in person, he is that same guy that I see on social media, in person, just super genuine, down to earth.
It's cool to see that. It's cool to see when big stars, budding stars, are really who they are on socials, as they are in real. You know what I'm saying? It's just there's not enough authenticity. I feel like.
No, not at all. I feel like nowadays you got to be some form of character to even get notoriety. But it's just the name of the game, bro. I wouldn't change it for anything. So
yeah. So just kind of talk about your journey. How have you gone to where you are now on social media? Talk about walking. Never, dude. This guy has never played. I mean, you played flag football. Played flag football growing up, and then managed to walk on to the University of Florida football team.
But literally just flag football, no tackle football. Never.
I showed the personnel guy straight up flag football clips. That was it. That's all I had in basketball clips.
So my question is, that's a ridiculous jump. As somebody who I played football my whole life.
Word.
Okay.
I only played in high school. Well, no, I mean I played my whole life too, but then after high school I stopped. Yeah.
Anyway, played my whole life, got here, and it was crazy shocking, all just the difference. I can't imagine what that would have been like having never gotten hit in your life. What was your first hit from an SEC linebacker like?
Man, I'll never forget it, bro. John Grenard, bro. I remember the play. It was like dice right, 14 crunch. So I had to crunch back. And he was playing the buck. So I knew I had to crunch back, but I didn't know there was a big old 5'8" on the other side. So went across, my helmet damn near popped off. And I was dizzy for 2 minutes straight. I still remember it to this day. Got racked up on that. Special team drills, you know how that goes. Yeah. One-on-one drills. So it was just a whole new ball game, bro. Very humbling, but it was just a whole different ball game.
My next question is this. Okay?
I want to hear his journey.
No doubt. Real quick. I'm curious. So you talk about those crunch blocks. Please detail for the fans just one time, because I think it's the most underrated. People don't realize how physical it gets.
Very.
When them tight ends and DNs collide on the inside zone.
Full speed.
Please.
You gotta go from one end of the line, wrap to the other side while the play is live. And there's probably gonna be a big old DN or a big old buck,
and y'all are both just trying to knock each other.
Both
face
just trying
off.
to knock the hell out of each other, man. And me at that point, I think I just hit 240, and John Grenard was 260. So when I crunched back and I met with him, I was just like, oh my god, bro, this is it. This ain't no walk in the park. This ain't no flag football, as they say. This is the real deal. This is SEC ball. Yeah. So that really introduced me to everything for sure. But kind of going on the
journey. I need to hear this journey.
Yeah, so kind of going on the journey part. Basketball, that was all I played growing up. All I played. Did it all at high school. I was a team captain, all conference, all that. Wasn't really heavily recruited because I was 6'5", 6'6", 190 playing center. So it didn't really work out. So the most I ever got was a conversation with Clemson in West Virginia, but that was about it. So. Fortunately, I was very book smart, so I got accepted to Florida on senior day, which was one of the coolest moments of my young life, and so got accepted. And I told my mom and dad, I'm like, look, this is a no brainer, because my dad went to Florida. I'm like, look, I'm gonna be a Gator. I'm sorry, I got to spend 22 bands, whatever the case is, because I was a very spoiled kid. I'm an only child, so I was just like, Mom, Dad, look, I'm like, y'all know the deal. Like, I'm going to Florida. So went to Florida. I was actually trying to walk onto the basketball team. And the coach at the time, the assistant coach at the time, Dusty May. So I got in contact with him. So I was like, oh, snap. Like, I have a chance. So that whole summer, I was like just grinding, hooping, running, like everything. And then so as soon as I get there, he takes a head coaching job at FAU. So it kind of just like fell through. So that didn't work out. And so those first 2 years, I was just like a normal student, and I would just play like intramurals with my homeboys. And then my sophomore year, we just decided to play flag football. Now, keep in mind, I had no cleats. I had no gloves, like nothing. I was just playing flag football in some like turf shoes and just a polo shirt. You know what I'm saying? It was like nothing serious. And
What kind of league was it?
Just like an intramural league, like a bunch of students. It was crazy because like there were some like 30-year-olds in that league.
Some grown men.
Some grown men in that league. Right. And so, but nonetheless, I was still, doing my thing, 4 or 5 touchdowns a game. And so so this one night, I don't know what happened, but this one night I was just going absolutely like crazy. And so
we talk about you're going crazy on like engineers and like
bro, yeah.
Okay,
engineers, doctors, whatever the case is, man, because
whoever wanted could get it.
Yeah, literally. Because like I remember because like this one dude, and like it's flag football, so I'm really not all that emotional, but this dude keeps talking to me for some reason. I'm like talking mad stuff, and I'm like, bro, it's just flag football. And he kept doing the whole DB stuff like, oh my mama, you ain't catching it, bro. I'm like, all right, bro, I'm about to F you up right now. So I think I had like 4 or 5 touchdowns on him that night alone.
And you didn't even talk.
Yeah, didn't.
You were like, yeah.
The only thing I did was like look at him after like the 5th one. So that was it. And it's crazy because I never saw that dude again.
Okay, so I was gonna ask, do you know anything about what he's doing now? Or
no idea.
No clue.
Well, I just want to speak on that. Like when we fenced today, I was yapping my mouth, and he ended up defeating me. And he was just like smiling, like, yeah, that was fun, but like. Just like he wasn't talking, he just let his actions speak for it.
Right. He didn't see you as a threat at all.
No, he just like kind of knew, I guess he was gonna defeat me in this fencing battle, and he ended up doing it. I'm talking all this raw. So like, has that kind of been something like your whole life where you just haven't really been like a talker? You kind of just let your actions speak for it. When it even comes to social media too, if people are talking, you just kind of like do your thing.
For sure, man, and I think that's a big shout out to my mom too, because she kind of shut it down when I was like a kid. I mean, I know you saw the video the other day of those kids, like those little 8-year-olds, like celebrating after like a 3, and like they was doing like a bunch of this and stuff. So my mom shut that down like when I was like 7 or 8, because I used to do the same things. Like Vince Carter's at the time would do like Kobe when he would do this with his jersey. So my mom was like you ain't got to do all that. Just be you, be Clifford. And I was like. Okay, so from that moment on, I never did it in middle school, high school, like none of that. The only time I ever showed emotion was so my senior year, one of my teammates unfortunately had passed away, and so the very next game, like I don't know what happened, but I took off a little, just like barely past the free throw line and just dunked it. Like that was probably the best dunk I ever had, in my life, and then. I just went back and I just pumped my chest because we had like a 33.
You had it on, patched on.
That was his number.
Right.
So I was just like pumping that thing, and I was just like let's go, AB, like because his name was Aaron Barker. So that was the only time I ever like really showed emotion on the court. And then like even with flag football, I was just like chilling, and then like kind of going back to that night after that happened. So like when you go on campus, you could tell who's an athlete by like what they wear, like the slides, the gear, and all that. So
full sweatsuit,
sweatsuits and all that. So this guy pulled up, and he had like the whole suit on, and he just came up to me after the game, and he was like, "Bro, he's like, you ever thought about playing like football?" And I was like for the Gators, and he's like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Nah, bro, I enjoy being in the stands. Like it's fun for me, like tailgating in the game. It's fun for me." So he was like, "Bro, you should really think about it," because he was a walk-on at the time, Robert Clay, who was a DB. So yeah, major shout out to Clay, but yeah, he told me about his experience and how much muscle he gained, and I was like, "Well, I've always tried to gain muscle, so because I was like 200 pounds at that time, soaking wet, you know what I'm saying?" So I thought about it, and that week leading up, or the week past that, was when we played LSU, and that's like the blew out 3:30 game, and that was Coach Mullen's like first signature win. So I just kind of did like a little glance around because I live like 2 blocks from the stadium, and so I just looked around, and I was like, "What the heck? What the heck? If this guy who's on the team thinks I have a shot, I'd be a fool not to, at least try." So from that moment on, it's funny because I went.
So now you're coming into like the end of your sophomore year at Florida.
No, this is fall semester in my sophomore year.
Oh,
Fall,
this is
so
still
yeah,
fall.
so this is the end of like flag football season.
Got it.
So so from that point on, man, I just I ordered some gloves, some cleats off Dick's Sporting Goods right at that moment, and I just started working out and training like every single day. Even when I was in my home now in Orlando, I was just finding guys that I went to Florida, guys that lived down there, and we were just like getting after it like every single day. And just seeing the progress, I mean, I went from literally like a twig to like you could tell like okay, like I was putting in work. So with that too, I was getting familiar with the staff because I think that's one thing that a lot of aspiring walk-ons are afraid of, like talking to the staff, talking to the players. But like me, it's like, listen, you gotta go through hardships to be able to get what you want sometimes. So
right.
So at that point, I just talked to the director of player personnel, and he just pretty much told me like, yeah, we're gonna have stuff going on in the spring, like in February. So fast forward to like January. At the end of January, we have a meeting, and go ahead.
Were you doing any social media at this time?
No, nothing.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I was probably posting a bunch of thirst traps, like me. Like,
Okay. What type of thirst traps you was
I'm
on?
talking about like me, without a shirt on, looking behind my back, like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Or
Right.
like,
Was
just
that
me,
like helping? Was that helping you with like ladies in Florida or nah? Maybe?
to an extent.
Okay,
To,
all right, good.
Up
Okay.
to that point, respectfully.
All right,
to
thirst
an
traps, get some.
I had my OBJ face. I had the mohawk, brown tips in my hair, like all that.
My favorite type of thirst trap, because I'm skinny fat, right? So like above the shoulders, like I look real lean.
Yeah, word. Yeah, but the
I go
shoulders too.
so
yeah,
my
yeah.
snaps shirtless, pop the traps just a little bit. So it's-
Yeah, there you go.
Boom,
Yeah.
we're in there just like that. So
Yeah.
Nah, but Hawk's been. I just want to shout out Hawk. He's been on that grind.
working,
I'm telling
bro.
you guys, wait till the summer.
I'm working.
You're gonna see this guy, and he's gonna be looking like
It's gonna be a little
DK
different.
Metcalf.
It's gonna be not
DK Metcalf.
DK Metcalf. I mean, they already compared me to him, but nah. I mean, I weighed in today. Didn't say anything. 20 pounds in 20 days, dog. Grinding. Different type of grind. I'm on that kick the sheets, man. You see the flag in the back. Come on.
That's what I'm saying.
Anyway, back to the journey, please.
Yeah.
So we're in like January time, like almost coming up to February.
So we had our meeting in January, and it was crazy because it was only like, I want to say like 9 of us in that meeting. Usually at those walk-on meetings, now it's like 40, 50 deep. So it was only 9 of us, but they really kept it like on the low key. So, they gave us like only like a week to get like our physicals, our EKGs, blood tests.
Right,
You know the deal. So I was like scrambling just to get it, and so I finally got it, and I pull up to the tryout. It's only 4 of us.
Yeah.
Me, my friend Mike, my boy Cayman, and my boy Kyle. So
It was all your boys before, too.
all my
like,
boys.
you knew 'em.
Yeah, all my boys.
Was they on the flag football team with you, too?
No. But I would play
But
against
you,
them.
okay,
I played
right. So you
against
knew
them.
him.
So,
Okay.
What position like were they trying out for?
So Mike was trying out for DB, Clay was trying out for linebacker, and Kyle was trying out for also DB.
And then you
Also
were just
DB.
trying out for tight end.
Tight end, yep.
Cool.
Yep. So I get in there, and like I said, it's only 4 of us. I got my gloves, all that. I'm ready to go, man. Like
Were you doing prior like training to this, kind of leading up to it? Like you kind of knew,
yeah.
like,
bro, like every day.
Yeah.
Almost like every
got
day. Like
to,
I
though.
hate it.
If you want a real chance,
Yeah, if you want a real chance, bro, like
it's not this. They don't do charity work. You better be
Right.
able to come in there and like
Yeah.
be sufficient.
Yeah.
So
like
you
who
can't.
are you? Because you have no prior football experience. Like who was like coaching you up like prior to this, like giving you like a workout program or like doing like speed work? Like who?
Yeah.
How are you doing all this?
Yeah, his name was Coach Speed. He was a local trainer in Gainesville.
Oh, so you were investing money into like you were like,
Oh yeah.
I'm going into this. Like, I'm-
Oh yeah.
like, there's-
20
I love that.
Yeah, $20
Hell yeah.
$20 a session.
Oh, okay.
$20 a session. But man, he used to kill me, man. He
You
used
get
to
you
kill
right,
me.
though.
He used to kill me. And the thing about it was, we weren't training with like a college ball. We were training with the Duke. So like he was getting like my hands like comfortable. So,
Right.
but yeah, he helped me out like a whole bunch. And then so when the tryout happened, and like all I see is a bunch of cones. So I'm like, okay, well from basketball conditioning, agility, I'm used to it. So I'm like, this is clockwork. But I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, okay, where the football is at? Where the jug machines at?
Right.
Where's all that? And they told us it was like the dead period. So I was like, oh, so I guess we're just doing agility and
It's testing you for real.
Yeah, just
Right,
testing me.
right.
And bro, we didn't even do a 40, which was crazy.
Oh, really?
I was ready to do the 40.
What
I
they
was
have
so,
y'all do then? What was y'all doing?
Bro, they just had us. They straight up had us do like the agility drills that we usually do. Like, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
like not even like the 20-yard shuttle, just like
Not
agility,
not
like,
even.
just drills.
They're just drills, straight drills. And they actually had me start doing DN drills at one point because they just saw I was just like massive and I could move pretty quickly. So the tryout was about an hour. It was honestly a breeze. But I ain't gonna lie, bro. All my boys, they was huffing and puffing. But I was over here. Like,
You was locked in because you put that
I
work
was
in.
Locked the hell in.
So that's my question. You gotta like, it's cool that you have the story from flag football to the SEC, and like people will hear that and just be like, wow, that's marvelous. But like the reality is, it is marvelous, but it takes a certain amount of confidence and self-belief, like actually a crazy amount to have never done it and to go do the trial and do the like. So where does that come from? Did it come from how hard you prepared, your family? Like where does that come from?
I think just I feel like that was the first time where I saw like a lot of my close friends really had like confidence in me, because like usually sometimes like when you say you're gonna do something, they'll just kind of laugh and be like, "Are you serious right now? Like, bro, like be for real."
Right.
But that was like kind of like the first time where I saw it in my family's face and my friends' faces. They were like, "Just go for it." My dad was all in for it, because like I said, my dad was a Gator, so he's like, "Look, man, do what you got to do."
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? My mom was a little scared because she was like, "I don't want my baby getting concussed and all that." You know what I mean? So
CTE.
yeah, right.
CTE's
right,
real. That's
right.
it.
So,
You have
so she was a little nervous, but everybody else was on board. So the tryout went good. They told us like, "Yo, we'll give you a call tonight and let you know if you made it." So I go to my car, and like, as I'm going to my car, the personnel guy that I spoke with originally, he went to me and he was like, "Bro, we would love to have you, but your schedule kills you." And I was like, what you mean by that? And he was like, "Bro, the time that you have class is when they got spring ball," because I had like the 3 o'clock classes, the 4 o'clock classes.
That's something that people don't know about the college football lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like everything that you do, like especially in the spring, you schedule all your classes. Here, I mean, y'all practice in the afternoon, you said. We had morning practice here, so I couldn't take no classes from like 9 to 1. Because we would lift, we would have film, then we'd practice. So I would take everything in the back half, and like you have to build. It's just crazy. Like
You got to build into it.
that's why a lot of guys, though, not to get off on a tangent, when guys get done playing football, they have no clue what to do, because everything they've done, literally everything, was dictated by football. They had everything was under that umbrella. You know what I mean? So it makes it different.
100%.
Yeah.
Wait, so you literally went to this 1 hour tryout, and then they were like, "Yo, you're on the team."
Straight like that.
So you're an athlete though, because hold on, because they did agility drills. What? Okay, so
Yeah, that's
genuinely, I've never watched you play. I know you were a hooper.
Yeah.
What part of your game was it? Do you think that stood out? They were like, okay, like he can come be a Gator.
I think they did rock with my release a little bit, and my quickness, because like I said, they had me do like the sled machine.
Okay.
And at first, like I struggled to move it, but then I was like, nah, let me just lock in real quick. And then I pushed it like 20-something yards. It was something crazy. And honestly, they just kind of saw like I had like good footwork, good rhythm, and I just had good repetition, and I didn't show exhaustion. I was just kind of like just locked in, and they knew I was locked in, and I kind of like smiled at them at one point. I was just like,
right,
yeah,
Right.
like that's that. Like, is that all you got? Type of thing.
Right.
Like, didn't say it out loud, but that was in my thought process. And so, like I said, like I still try to figure out now, man. I'm just like, bro, like, can you believe it? Like even when I go to games now, bro, like even when I'm on the sidelines for those games, bro, I just be looking around and I'm like, bro.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting you say that, because obviously the circumstances have changed. I'm sure we'll get to it soon, but you're a big star on TikTok, on Instagram. You're growing rapidly. YouTube, I know you're rolling with right now too. So you've clearly elevated from just the kid trying to make the walk-on spot of Florida to a different stratosphere now. But still, when you're at these events and you're meeting all these new people, these big-time people, you still feel like that young kid just trying to walk on still?
Always.
Yeah.
Always, bro. And I got a story. So, AJ Green. Everyone knows AJ Green. So now he's doing stuff with Tyreek Hill's branch, Soul Runner. So he had an event in Miami, and basically it was like Tyreek Hill's pop-up shop. It was a launch. So Jake Paul was over there. All the superstars were there. So I was a few feet behind AJ. So AJ walked in, his videographer guy, Bryce walked in, Mike walked in, and then I walked in, and bro, those kids went crazy. Like those kids went like as if like Michael Jackson walked in the room. And I was like, me? I was like, me? And so like, bro, like you had kids calling me like by my full name, first name. You had kids like doing like the Gator chomp and all that. Like, and they weren't even in Gators. They were just like doing it. And I'm like, bro, so you mean to tell me these people recognize me not only for being
that was that the moment it clicked that
like
you
being me, but like being like a Gator also. I'm like, bro, that's
nuts.
Bro, that's humbling, bro. Like in that moment you enjoy it, but like, man, that plane ride home, bro, like it almost brought me to tears, bro. Yeah. Cause it's like, bro, I remember like being that kid whenever like, back at home, whenever Cam Newton was done with practice and we had like
trying to get the autographs and camp and all that, yeah.
And it's like, bro, the fact that they're doing that, especially for a kid who, never played and just was a part of the team, did his job and all that, and made a brand for himself and is able to do things like the right way. I feel like it's like I said, it almost brings me to tears for real though, because it's like you can't take that for granted. A lot of these dudes now, like, they're just like, oh, like, look at me, like I'm big time, like I've made it, but it's like I still feel like I'm at the beginning. So yeah, man, it's just it's wild.
Yeah, and I wanna take it back. I want to finish up kind of like your whole college career and then kind of dive into social media and kind of your come up on that. So you now come into spring ball.
Yep.
What was spring ball like for you? Because as of right now, all I heard was you did a 1 hour tryout.
Yeah.
You made the team.
Yeah.
So walk me through spring ball. Like, how was that like as a walk-on, like coming in? You never played football in your life. You now actually put pads on and you're competing against fucking people that are 5'4", 5-star recruits.
Yeah.
That are just absolute, just like menaces.
Yeah. So actually, so like I said before, my schedule, it killed me. So I couldn't do spring ball. So I actually had to like finish out the semester and then wait until the summer. So then the summer A term happened. So in May, I don't hear nothing. So June, days are just going by and I'm just like, yeah, they forgot about me already. And then sure enough, one day I'm just doing homework and player personnel guy, he called me. He's like, yo, you ready to go? And I was like,
yo, does that feel like getting drafted low key?
Bro,
Like,
it felt like, man, look, he was like, bro, you ready to go? And I was like, man, like, let's go. So literally that moment, bro, because I lived like, I want to say 5 minutes from the facility and all that. So I did a speed walk. I did a speed walk to that facility, got on my test. I was clear, did the concussion test. You know how that goes. Yep. And from that, bro, literally.
Would you just like click through? I don't know.
Yeah.
In high school, I used to just click.
Nah, I never clicked
yeah,
through.
You would actually try?
Yeah, I would do the test.
Yeah. You would have to do it
just to be safe. You know what I'm saying?
I
don't know how hard you've been hitting your head before, but you don't really play about that.
I mean, I've been hit one time. I was coming across as a linebacker, big ass fullback, came and cracked me. Went back, got up, had no clue where I was, tapped out, told my coach, I was like, yo, I need a play off, took a play off. He's like, you ready? I was like, yeah. I run back in, and I don't remember, like, the second half of that game.
Yes, we call those concussions in the football world. To be frank, but I respect it. I get it, man. Actually, I don't know if you can relate to this. It brings me to my next topic, which is, being a walk-on. In my situation, I wasn't a walk-on. I was hurt the whole time, though, so I was no good in college, okay? So I was on the scout team. Yeah. All right.
Oh man.
Let me tell you something about that scout team, boy.
Yeah,
I
got a shocker for you.
Okay.
I got a shocker for you.
Talk to me now. I mean, what was your experience like down there if you had to do that?
You look, first of all, you looking at a 6'6", at that point 240-pound scout tight end that was playing center.
Right.
Scout center.
Scout center. That's a tough life you got.
Scout center.
So you're playing against University of Florida's.
Bro,
one technique,
bro.
Pounds.
I'm talking about every single one of them's in the league now.
Right, all
Bari
of them boys.
Bari Zuniga, TJ Slayton, Adam Shula. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, that's real. That's real. So I had the opposite problem. I was too heavy. I was 6'1", 315 with like 42% body fat at the time. Okay, I was like the Pillsbury Doughboy, real life. Okay, I go down there. There's a kid named.
What's that?
Like the cookies, like the
cookies, man.
The cartoon, like
the cartoon
chef
with the chef hat.
You'll recognize. Yeah. We'll pull it up.
It's literally a walking marshmallow.
Listen, regardless, Connor McGovern, who now is a starter for the Dallas Cowboys. Okay, he pancakes me on the first play I'm in, lands on me before he gets up and says, "Welcome to the show," and then gets up and walks off.
He said, "Welcome to the show."
Welcome to the show. He looked me in my eyes while I was on my back. Pause.
Oh my God.
So these ones are going crazy against the scout team. Like,
bro, it's a war down there.
It's a war.
But I'll say, that's
war,
what I mean.
man.
Like the trauma, and you got to think there's no subs. You don't have to play on Saturdays. So they will do whatever to you.
Yeah.
You will just be in there for 36 plays in a row, headbanging against NFL draft picks.
Straight up.
Like
straight up.
So how was your experience with it?
It was humbling, man. it was humbling. I mean, like,
because you never even put pads. Like,
never put.
I'm just trying to like put it in my head that you never put pads on. And then you go and you're literally playing against guys that are gonna be going to the league after the season.
Bro, man, listen, I still try to figure it out, bro. I still try to figure it out. From the moment I joined the team, I'm just like, bro, can you believe this?
Right.
Like I'm I'm no longer in the 90,000. I'm part of like the 120 that runs out that tunnel, who has the honor and privilege to run out of that tunnel. And now you're part of like this fraternity and this brotherhood, like for life. Like no matter if you play 1 down, 2 downs, 1,000,000 downs, no downs, whatever the case is, it's like your name is like solidified as a part of the 2019 and 2020 Florida Gators. And it's like, even now I'm just like, man, come on, man. Like how am I supposed to explain this to someone in the future? Like, yeah. So I played college football without ever playing. They're gonna laugh at you.
Right.
But it's just like, sit down.
Was anybody in your family athletic?
No,
No, genuinely.
my mom played college ball. She played college ball up in New York. My dad, he was a good baseball player growing up, but then he didn't play no college ball.
Okay.
Uncle played baseball. My granddad played baseball, but there weren't really any basketball or football stars. I got a cousin on my mom's side who played soccer at Duke, but that's really the only other D1 athlete we got. Right. The only other one.
So after your so you're now going into, so it's summer, sophomore year, going into junior year. You are then now like on the field for games. Mm-hmm. How was that? Like walking out, like even though if you weren't playing, just like being out there and just knowing like the hard work that you've been putting in, you're now walking out. I don't know how big their stadium is, but in front of thousands of people.
Nah, bro. Like, so the first game we had was against Miami and Orlando. And so my family lives in Orlando. So it was just like everything was just aligning, bro. Right. So like obviously I didn't dress out that game. So the guys were warming up, and so we run back into the tunnel, and all I see is my dad like lean as if he's about to fall, like with a camera in his hand. He's like, "That's my boy, that's my boy." Like he cool. Never showed that kind of emotion for like high school basketball games, but when he saw me in that orange and blue,
right, it was different.
I've never seen my dad like that happy, and so that was cool. And then the first time I dressed out, bro, I swear, like when I ran out that tunnel, we was playing like a cupcake anyway, but like when we ran out that tunnel, bro, I swear to you, bro, I don't think my feet were touching the ground, bro. Yeah. It felt like I was living in a dream, bro. Yeah. And then like you run out and you see all that fireworks and the band playing as you run out, and it's just like bro, like it almost brought me to tears at that moment, because it's like, bro, like, you know, I'm not supposed to be here. Right. Like this wasn't supposed to happen. I was expecting like a, you know, thanks for trying out, you know, you didn't make it, and move on with my life. You know what I'm saying? You know, do something with graphic design. That's my major. But I mean, even like I said, bro, even now, bro, like it's like how does this happen? So I always take it with a grain of salt, bro. I thank every coaching staff who allowed me to stay there, bro, because especially in the world we got now, you know, with social media, like they be shutting it down, but you know, they always got a good laugh out of me, which, you know, I appreciate. And I was always real, and I was always respectful, and I was always on time and stuff like that. So, you know, they definitely played a big role.
What's the biggest thing that you took away playing football at Florida?
Work ethic. Yeah. Work ethic. And, you know, I think I thought I had a great work ethic, you know, leading up to a tryout, but once you're there, that's when the work starts. Yeah. So you gotta show it, you know, in team lifts, you know, scout periods, them deadly mat drills. Man, you gotta bring it like 110% of the time. And so I think one thing about me was, like I said, I was always on time, always respectful. And one thing I think that the guys respected about me is like, even though from the outside looking in, it looked like I kind of came in like boastful, nonchalant, which was far from the truth. I just kind of showed, like, as time went on, that's like, you know, slowly but surely understanding the game. Right. Like I gotta, like, I'll tell you the story about like my first like install quiz, bro. So an install quiz is.
So there. All right. Here's my outlook on it. Context. Install quiz. It's gonna be a quiz on like new plays and stuff that they're putting in.
Right.
Okay. I just wanted clarification.
And so
people don't know what it is.
No, it was a good job.
That was good. Thank you.
Yeah. And so by the time I was on the team, I think I had like about two tight end meetings at that point, only 2. And I was just looking at that screen, bro, and it just looked like PlayStation cheat codes, man. It was just like, it's like, yo, what in the world is Bunch Right Crunch 42 Phoenix, Arizona? Like, bro, like, what am I looking at? Right. And so I'll never forget, bro, that first playbook install quiz, I looked at it. I knew what a post was. I knew what a go route was. So, like, some of them I got. But then all those, like, concepts, bro, I was just like, I was lost.
What happens when you fail the quiz?
Bro, I didn't just fail it, boy. Like, I just,
what'd you get on it?
20%.
What was Sean Alexander's number? 37?
37.
37.
No way you got a 37.
30 not out of 50. Not out of 50, out of 100. Out of 100. That was my first one.
I didn't see.
There's got to be a consequence.
I didn't seen guys get cut for less. Across the country.
Wait,
like
they'll
that.
get cut?
Like
Yeah.
you're not
During camp?
If you're a walk-on guy, respectfully, like this is real deal stuff, and they'll tell you that.
Real shit.
Tell me if I'm wrong. If you're not great in the classroom, if
Yeah.
you're not a hard
You ain't-
worker, what's it called? Low maintenance, high performance. If you're not perfect,
They will.
they will get you out
They
of
will
there.
get you out of
because
there.
they haven't financially invested in these guys. They're
Right.
not going to risk the team culture at all, which may or may not be fair. But it's what it is.
It's
It's
the
the
reality.
truth. Like
It's
you
the
have no
reality.
room for error.
Yeah, and unfortunately, like there were a few guys that were there that were just in there for a couple weeks, and
they're
next
out
thing
of there.
know,
You
they're
never
out of
see them
there.
again.
They're out of there.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it was accelerated learning, but I was just like, I was enjoying it at the same time. Like I was stressed, but I was like, I'm just glad to be here and be able to like call these dudes my teammates and all that. So, I was working with the Kyle Pittses of the world.
He was
Kyle,
there with Pitts.
with Pitts,
It's
yeah.
from Bucks County.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pitts,
Even
Kyle
Marcus,
Trask, Kadarius Tony, all them, JG, John Grenard, Marco Wilson, like all them. Like we had a squad my junior year. Like we had a squad. And then so like we went to the Orange Bowl. And for some reason, bro, like I was just having like a terrible week of practice. Like I ain't know what it was. Like all the snap counts were just messing me up, like everything. So like I remember like one of them nights, I think it was like the night before the Orange Bowl. Like I actually called my mom's, like broke down. I was like, bro, mom, I'm like bro, I don't even know if I'm supposed to be here, yo.
Right.
Like I don't know if I'm gonna make it past like the Orange Bowl, like straight up. And I never forget this, and I appreciate it much more later. But Van Jefferson came to me and he was like, bro, you straight? And I was just kind of telling them what was on my mind. And we had like a good like 15 or 20 minute conversation. Yeah. And he was one of the senior captains. So the fact that he was able to do that with me, that just kind of gave me a little more like reassurance. Like, okay, like these dudes these dudes believe in me. These dudes care about me, especially when he's about to go to the draft.
Right.
So it was like, okay, I'll be
That's
all right.
real.
I'll be all right.
That's real,
I'll be
for
all
sure.
right. So then we went to Orange Bowl. I had a blast in Miami, man. I had a blast, bro.
I bet you had a little too much fun.
Hey, man, I'm from the moment I posted my first media day photos, bro. I'm talking
It's
like,
over
bro, my attraction from like just being
Regular
dude on campus to bro, to this day, my first like media day photos, my most liked picture.
Yeah.
To this
Dropping
day.
the first one when you get to school or
Bro,
when you get on
to
the
this,
team.
Such a cool
bro,
feeling.
I'm talking about some Emily's, some Ambers, Pages,
Come on, man. No doubt.
you know, Evelyn, like bro,
all
like,
kinds of no doubt.
all kinds, bro, and like I'm telling you, bro, like it's a different ball.
It's
game,
a
bro.
different ball game, and you got to think it's being given to a bunch of like 18-year-old kids.
Yes.
Like
In my
that
case,
is
20.
dangerous. Like
Yeah.
in your case, 20. A
Yeah.
lot of times 18. Like I remember when I posted my first joint with Penn State in the
yeah, man.
listen, I thought
man.
you gotta understand, like in
Man.
my head, I'm LeBron James in Akron. I'm that
yeah,
to
just
Cincinnati.
the kid,
It's,
chosen
it's,
one.
that's how I feel.
Yeah,
I'm
straight
like,
up.
it can't be nobody but me.
Yeah, right.
It's a different. If it's not me, then who? You know
Straight up, man.
It's
like,
different, man.
Like, bro,
Life will humble you quick though.
man, like I'm gonna say it without snitching, bro. Like, bro, it got to a point where I was like, I need to slow down.
Oh,
I need, bro.
Okay, one of them.
It was one of them, bro. Like my junior year, I was like, nigga, I need.
You were just
Bro, I was,
man.
I was like, man, I need to calm this
It's a
down.
slippery slope, man.
Slippery slope, man. And then I'm telling you, bro,
smell
like there was nothing like that spring break the following year, boy.
Spring break got
I'm
you.
telling, boy.
I wouldn't
telling
allow
you.
myself to go on spring break trips while I played because I felt like this just wasn't good.
nothing good can come out.
Yeah,
I just went home, bro.
yeah. So I'll say this too, because like ending my junior year. So then we had like off season workouts, which I freaking loved. I loved off season because that's when I got like
How much weight you put on?
fine. I put on like 15.
Oh,
Bro, over the off season, you can
Yeah.
get so much.
Oh,
you
yeah.
can gain so much.
I got
you
to, like-
have to do it every
got
day.
like two-
what were you taking? Creatine?
Creatine, protein shakes, all that. Like the Gatorade ones too.
Yeah.
Like those are gas.
Most
man.
underrated
Those are
part
gas.
about playing college football is the supplements, the food, the like it's all there. It's all free whenever you need it.
All
Like
free
What
whenever
was the
you
food
need.
like at Florida? Because I know like here at Penn State, like they'll like order in food and stuff.
Yeah.
yeah, we'll get like a training table where they'll cook
Training
for us,
table,
and then they'll give us like Mucho, which is an app where we can swipe at restaurants.
Is
Yep.
what was it like at Florida?
Same thing. And then nothing was like Victory Meal.
Oh,
Man.
Victory Meals. What?
Man,
Don't
telling
tell me,
you, bro.
filet mignon.
Bro, filet
Whatever you
mignon
wanted.
on crack, man.
Filet
Filet
on
mignon.
crack.
I'm filet
Mashed
mignon.
potatoes?
Mashed potatoes,
Asparagus?
mac and cheese, Caesar salad, fried
We used
shrimp,
to have these
ribs,
things called
steak.
fruit shakes. They would
Free
make these
steak,
milkshakes.
boy, free steak.
Come on.
What's a
What's a freak shake?
Just
man.
hella sugar and
I used to
milk mixed up in a bowl.
I used to bring 2 or 3 of them home a night. Boy.
Come
On
on,
Mondays, when you go home watch some Monday Night Football while you enjoying that victory,
Come on, man. Ain't
Come
no,
on,
like,
man.
Franklin would send out, well, one of his staff members would send out like a list. And you could like click
Yeah,
which
you
menu
click
items
which one you
wanted.
want.
It'd be like lobster,
Lobster
steak.
too, yeah.
They would have
yeah.
lamb chops, so whatever you wanted.
Straight
like,
up,
You could
straight
just type
up.
in what you wanted, they'd have it
And
there.
they have it right down on the spot.
It says Aeneas Hawkins on it.
No.
No. We wasn't that. Nah.
Nah,
But
it
they
wasn't
just
that
like
crazy.
know that's your order.
Yeah, like you can kind of like they'll just put a bunch of different menu items for everybody based on what people want.
Dude, you're making me hungry right now.
Man, I'm starving. man. Hungry.
But so, anyways, you're in your senior year. Obviously, it was a COVID year, so it was kind of weird with football.
Different. Yeah.
When did you really start like posting on? So you said you posted like that picture media day.
That was like in July.
Was that
yeah.
kind of the start of like?
Not even, bro. Like I think that a lot of people get that misconstrued too. A lot of people nowadays think that I joined Florida just to do what I'm doing now.
Right.
Wait, people think you just went to Florida to be
Just to
a
be
content creator?
some people like that's some of the comments that I get now. Believe it or not.
Really?
And that couldn't
Well,
couldn't be.
I want to talk about that too. A little sidetrack.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of comments on TikTok recently have just been like negative,
Yeah.
and like
It's a-
TikTok as
straight
a
up.
whole has just not
Taking a
been,
negative turn a little
It's
bit.
taking a negative turn.
Yeah, it always
like
does that.
100%.
Yeah.
But keep kind of talking to me about that.
Yeah, so I didn't make my first TikTok until like rivalry weekend. We playing Florida State. So I came across this one because like at first I hated TikTok. I thought it was just a Vine ripoff. But then like the specialist, shout out my boy T Wax, he used to come in the back and show us like TikToks all the time. And he showed me this one. And I remember Baby Birkin by Gunna. So like this little white kid, he was like, I know my purpose. And it kept saying, I know my purpose. And it was like the only white kid on the AAU team. It was like shooting threes, facilitating, giving the players rides.
High character
I
guy.
feel like it was always like the chubby kids. Like they were just always like fire 3-point shooters.
Yeah.
Like little
Straight
like
up.
fat kids. They were always just like standing behind the 3-point line, just like
I ain't get
pull
that,
up,
man.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was one of the chubby kids that would shoot the three. I wasn't ever hitting. Nah, I went like 3 for 28 one year. Like didn't hit nothing.
Hey.
My
Sorry.
bad.
But yeah, so I basically did a video based on my walk-on life after that video. And I put like scout team tight end, scout team O-line, scout team D-line, scout team special teams, bench hype man, the Jews boys, whatever. And so like I made that video and you could tell I made it because I put the phone down and I backed up and I just kind of did like a little kind of clockwise kind of thing. Okay. And so like, bro, the next morning, bro, my phone felt like it came out the oven, bro.
Yeah.
And I mean, like I opened it up, bro.
This your senior year?
My junior year.
Oh,
Yeah, my junior year. And I just opened it up just like a boatload. Because I didn't have my notifications off at the time.
Right.
So I was just like,
Just going crazy.
bro, I woke up, that thing had like 400,000 views.
Yo, but okay, can we
Dude,
talk
that was
about
probably
this?
a sick adrenaline rush. You're probably
I was
I need to
confused.
keep going.
It's
I was
nuts.
confused.
That's what I was gonna say. So like we've all done that at some point on TikTok. Yeah. The first time you do it, it's electric.
Yeah, oh yeah, bro.
around the house.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
let's go.
I felt like that was my House of Highlights viral moment, whatever
doubt.
whatever the case was. So
Yeah.
honestly, I let that one sit for like a couple weeks.
Yeah, why not?
I let it sit for a couple weeks and then I did like another one.
Yeah.
It did solid. And then I did a third one. And next thing I know, that one was on like Overtime, House of Highlights, Bleach Report. I'm like,
Yeah.
Okay.
After my first viral TikTok, I called my mom and told her she didn't have to work again. I thought it was over. I thought the game was won.
I think with
nah.
TikTok, like it's got to be more than a viral. You have to have more to yourself than just a viral TikTok. Like, there's got to be more substance to you. There's got to be more that you can bring to the table.
Yeah.
When you're creating a brand and just creating content as a whole, because one viral video, like it'll be cool in the moment, like like
it's
That'll come and go.
Go to
but
club
that
like
will
you the
come and
man.
go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So you go to the club like you the
Preach,
man.
Brad.
Like you the man. And
Yeah.
so like I said, I just kept on making videos and here we are like 450-something thousand followers later.
450.
450. And every time I get a new one, it's just like like when I started, bro.
I thought we had Katie Feeney on recently, and she said something that was interesting.
Beast.
Yeah, dog on social
Beast.
media.
Cliff,
But-
you met her today.
Beast, yeah.
She was saying like sometimes when you get like once you hit that 300K, 400K, whatever, it kind of just all starts to blend together. I would feel like, but like if you really conceptualize how many people 450,000
That's a lot
is,
of bro. Yo,
it's a
man.
lot of people following you, dog.
Yeah, and man, hopefully one day I get to that M. Hopefully one day, bro.
You will.
Man.
Not hopefully. It's I
that's
will.
Man, bro. When that happens, bro, man, all kinds of emotions, bro.
Yeah.
Because that's like, talking about 3 years of just like straight
Just
grinding, bro. Making people smile, making people laugh, with my shenanigans, my walk-on stuff, my lifestyle stuff, bro. So, yeah, man. It's
so
crazy.
when you graduated from Florida, were you like, I'm going to go work a corporate job, or you're already in a place to be like, hey, I can go all in on social media and creating content?
So for me, before I even graduated, like once we got our ass kicked by Oklahoma in the Cotton Bowl, that was my last game. Spencer Rattler threw like 400 on us. So that's kind of, it clicked like right at that moment on the team bus. It's like, okay, now I got to figure out
your next step.
my next step.
Yeah.
Am I gonna, do graphic design for a sports team? Am I gonna do the social media thing? Am I gonna do it like on my own full time? So I was just like, I got to figure this out. And so fortunately I had an internship with Wilson where I was like a talent and influencer strategist. And that was like 6 weeks. And then they had connects with the Rams. And so they tweeted about like a social media job. And so the Rams did.
Yeah.
And so I just hit them with an eye emoji, and Wilson, they were just like, yo, you want us to speak to them on your behalf? And I was like, I know I ain't going to get the job, but I was sure as hell take it. And so
where was your following at the time?
It was like in the 250 range.
Okay. And
250K.
what about Instagram?
Instagram, I think it was only like in the 50 range.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing crazy, but and then I ended up getting an interview for the Rams, bro. And so had like 3 interviews, and it's crazy because back to Van, because he was with the Rams at that point, he actually spoiled it for me because he texted me like, hey man, congrats, and I was like, on what, bro? I just came back from the local burger joint.
Right.
What did I do? And he was like. And then I got the call. I got the call from my boss at the time that I got the job, and I'm like, oh shit, like damn, okay, all right. So I was like, I guess I'm going to LA. So at that moment, I just started looking at apartments, and like everything just happened.
It just happens like
so,
that.
bro,
Right.
so crazy. And so like 3 days after graduation, got my things, go to LA. The boys get a damn Super Bowl, bro.
Yeah, I know, man.
Like,
I know.
bro.
So this is your first time literally working with the
First
Rams,
time
in the
in
Super Bowl.
In the
Now you get to-
Super Bowl,
you get to go to
bro.
the Super Bowl?
Bro.
Sideline?
No.
the field?
After the game.
After the game. It's still
But
good,
bro, like, cause when you go into the stadium for a normal game, it's kind of like, oh yeah, it's game day. Bro,
Super Bowl,
it's this, bro. It was not the same, bro. SoFi Stadium and just the atmosphere in LA, it was not the same, bro. It was unbelievable,
It was crazy.
bro. And
that one hurt my heart. I'm not gonna lie, cause I'm a Bengals fan, bro.
oh man,
Bro, it broke my heart, dog.
Oh, you know what's crazy, bro? So man,
literally last year.
I watched on 4th and 1 because I was like, because I saw Jamar and I saw Jalen. So when I saw Jalen fall and Jamar was open, and I'm like, why doesn't he have the ball yet? Why doesn't he have the ball? And then I turn around and I see 80 and all them. I'm like, oh snap! And bro, I kid you not, bro. And she gonna kill me for saying this story, bro. But my favorite moment from that Super Bowl, one of my coworkers at the time, Patty. Hey, Patty.
What's up, Patty?
Patty?
Yeah, one of my coworkers, Patty, man. I mean, she was just like uncontrollably crying.
Okay.
Cause she did the Hispanic like Vamos Rams social media.
Okay.
So in my mind, I'm like, all right, if they stop them here, we champs. You know what I'm saying? And we stopped them, and just because we're not allowed to react where we're sitting, because we're sitting in the pressers. So I just instantly stood up and I was like, Patty, we won. And bro, like she was crying like a little kid, bro. And I was like, Patty, we won. And like, bro, just all. And then I started crying. I'm like, damn, bro, like we really won like the Super Bowl. So, I mean, it's like.
So you like low key not only walked on to Florida, but it's like you won the Super Bowl. Like you're a Super Bowl chick.
Bro, I don't, bro. It just. I'm waiting for the joke to be over, bro. Straight up.
This is
I'm waiting for it to be over.
I was gonna say, talk to me more about like what was your exact role with the Rams as being like a content creator
Yeah.
for like younger kids out there that might be in that same spot that you were in. You know, they might not be going to the league. They got to start thinking about their future, and maybe if they're in college right now, building their personal brand, creating content around it. This could be a route potentially that they can go, so they could still be around the sport and still kind of have fun with it.
Yeah, I'll say this too. Like even though like my departure there was kind of ugly. I ain't even gonna lie to you. It was ugly. I'll say this: there's no doubt in my mind that I learned so much just about the game of social media.
Yeah.
From them.
Oh, I want to hear details.
From
about this.
just from partnership activations, the whole process of like getting stuff approved, getting stuff, sent through for us, for them, and just dealing with like just the genetics of social media. So, how teams make their stories look all nice and pretty. Yeah. What's this app called Slate Teams? So my role was like social media and design. So I would do like content on the Rams TikTok. That was like my kid. The Rams TikTok was like my baby at that point.
You were the one like
doing the Rams.
That was you.
Yeah, it was me. And so
they hired you to like run their TikTok.
To run their TikTok and run their Slate design. So I would make the IG story designs for that whole season. And it was honestly, it was so good that Slate Teams themselves, they sent me like a book of all the designs that I made from that season. Of all the designs I made from that season.
That's pretty
And so I made a promise to my then boss at the time. I'm like, look, I don't know what y'all got going on right now, but I promise you this, before I leave here, we're gonna get to 1 million on TikTok. Bro, Super Bowl Sunday it happened, bro.
That's crazy, man.
On Super Bowl Sunday. When I got there, it was at like 420 something K. Mm-hmm. Major shout out to OBJ and Von Miller, because when they came, bro, because we was doing solid anyway.
Right.
We was 7-1 before they got there,
right.
And the more you win, the more people gonna follow you. So when they came in, it was like, bro.
Then you bring in a star like OBJ that you can just
really
throw around in your TikTok.
Man. And then we kept winning in the playoffs. We beat Tom Brady. We beat them Niners.
Yeah, that's facts.
And then when it happened on Super Bowl Sunday, bro, I was like, yo, man, like it's written.
Right.
We gotta win now.
Right.
We gotta win now. And then they ended up winning. But yeah, like I said, bro, I learned just so much about the game and like the grind behind it, bro. Like
I was gonna say, what are like hardships in doing? There has to be hardships. There has to be stuff where it's like, I don't even want to do this anymore.
2 words: breaking news.
Yeah.
Breaking news. Like,
I don't get it.
Breaking news. It could happen.
Oh, like you're fired.
No. Like breaking news, like for the team, like transactions,
right.
like
hey, we traded XYZ.
We traded XYZ. We released so and so.
Wait, so how does that affect you?
Because like the minute it happens, they expect us to be up and at it. They expect us to be up and like tweeting, posting, all that. They expect us like right away.
When you're in journalism and any kind of journalism, you got to be you got to be able to go on a deadline.
So if we acquired OBJ at 2 a.m, you better be up at 2 a.m. posting about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the graphic designer better already be making the jersey mock-up.
Okay, so how do you make that feasible though? Like, are they letting you know before something happens? Like, do you get the news before anybody else because you have to post about it, or do they just expect you to be on call?
They tell us like a few hours prior that it could happen, but most of the time it at least when I was there, it didn't happen. It only happened like really with OBJ, and that was really towards like the end of the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, they'll tell you straight up like, yo, like if this happens at 2 a.m, we expect you to be ready. So it definitely taught me. I gained a lot more respect for those who work in social media. I gained a lot more respect and appreciation for
And why is that?
Just because like it's a grind, bro. Because like from meetings that we come up with, content creation that we come up with, it's just nonstop, just coming up with content plans. And you got to be so organic and so original. Otherwise, if you do the same thing over and over again, people are gonna catch on and it's gonna be like it's predictable.
So that's my question. Okay, so how do you? Obviously, you're covering a whole season. You're running the TikTok. What was your plan of attack for developing the content? How much of it was predetermined going into it? Because I know we have a lot of young creators listening. What does that process look like for you?
For me, honestly, I would just spend like an hour or two, even on my off days, just doing research on TikTok sounds.
Yeah.
Because back then, it was the sounds.
Yeah.
You find the right sound,
and you're lit.
And you find a way to like execute that with Rams content, you're in there.
Right.
Like, I'll never forget, I did a video, and it was so relatable because
I hate
like
trending sounds.
I
hate trending sounds.
Hey,
I feel like it just adds zero. It's like I'll do them here and there. Sorry, it just adds zero value to anything. It's just like entertainment, which I get, but like I don't know. I'm big on just like personality kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. They have something called
they
have something
really
called
be a
the For
person.
You page. You don't have to
YP,
like the trending sounds. Somebody clearly does.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta watch them.
Hey, a win is a win, man.
Yeah. And then so after the Rams, you ended up. So obviously we don't need to talk about anything that happened. But then you end up working with the NBA.
Word.
Yeah,
bro.
I remember that. I remember seeing that
how
on
does that
Instagram.
work?
Being
I'm
like,
gonna
whoa.
actually,
like that's kind of crazy.
Now that you say it, I'm gonna talk about it a little bit. So
okay.
So man, like our basically one of like our leads. I mean, like she made it like like she made it known that like she ain't like me from the jump. And I just didn't like her vibe. Now, am I going to sit here and say that I was a perfect employee? Of course not. No one was. Of course, like, I messed up a couple times. Like, you know, I apologized for it and everything. But it was like she, like, held that against me more than, like, anyone. And I don't know if it was because I was, like, already an influencer or whatever, or.
It's called being a hater.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
How old are you at the time?
I was 22.
So you're 22.
22, yeah.
You're running the entire TikTok social media for the Rams on a Super Bowl run, and she's pissed that you're 22 and you figured out, like, you're elevating.
Bro, 22, and 23. Like, and then our next boss came in week like 10. He was like 30 something. Yeah, a 22-year-old, and a 23-year-old running an NFL team social media, bro. Yeah. Think about that, bro.
How old was she?
She was late 30s, early 40s, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like, there wasn't anything specific that you like did to like piss her off, or?
I mean,
he said he wasn't perfect,
bro. The only thing I think I ever really did that was bad was, like, I guess I was trying to, like, just drive around SoFi Stadium because I was really just trying to soak it all in. Like, I wasn't really trying to do anything crazy. And one of my friends was in town. And I was just kind of doing, like, a little walk around to show him, like, SoFi, like, just kind of, you know, I wasn't trying to go in or nothing like that. But basically that was it. And then some, like, other just design stuff that happened, just a design conflict and stuff like that. But yeah, bro, like, she made it known, like, even like bro, like, so I'll tell you this story. So at the championship parade. So we go there, we're working, and so I'm like, yo, like, I'm about to just, you know, let me get my pass, you know, let me do my stuff. So I get there and my name ain't on the list. So I was like, nah, what you mean? Like, I work. So I call this individual and I'm like, yo, man, I'm not on the list. So she was trying to make me go from the parking lot to LA Coliseum, which was like a good mile from where we were, and, like, get the pass. And I'm like, yo, can I just get it right here? And sure enough, so I get it, but we get over there, there's no passes being handed out anywhere.
Oh no, that alone.
There's no passes being handed out anywhere.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, so, you know, we were all under the assumption that, like, every social media guy, because there's only like 4 of us, every social media person was gonna get on a bus and gather content. Any guess who was the only one that was on the ground while everyone else was on the bus?
Yeah.
Bro, so like, from that moment on, bro, I was like,
It just
from that moment on, bro, I was like, all right, like, I'm not gonna say a word, but I'm gonna just let what I do speak for itself. And that's actually cap, because then I did like an 18-minute bombshell on her ass on YouTube. So yeah, nah. So then I got a nice little C&D from the Rams about that.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I was like, look, I'm like,
what you gotta do.
Listen, I'm like, I'm gonna say it how it is.
Right.
I'm gonna say it straight up how it is, and, like, you know, I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing. That's really what it is. Like, I'm gonna be honest, truthful about everything. So, you know what I'm saying, we got like a farewell bowling party. She don't even show up. She don't even give me like a thank you. She don't even give me like a farewell, like nothing, bro.
Okay, so this is smoke. Like, this is
smoke, straight smoke. So, literally at the party, I had just posted that I was leaving the Rams. And then 20 minutes later, bro, the NBA hit me up.
Just like that.
How?
Straight like that.
Wait, so were you kind of worried, like, once you kind of got into, like, you kind of realized, like, the type of person that you're being led by, and then you kind of wanted to depart? Like,
I wasn't worried at all.
You knew that something else was gonna come your way?
I just had a feeling, because I actually spoke to some NBA people the year prior, because, you know, I was looking for jobs and I interviewed with them and I stayed in contact with them. So then they hit me up right away, and it was just like,
network.
So I was about to say network. Yeah, that's my thing. How did you, like, sustain that relationship? Because I feel like so many people, there's a big difference between actually, like, meeting someone, but then being able to keep that relationship with them and kind of keep it going. So then in the future, it's like, hey, like, I'm out of this job now. Like, hey, what have you been up to? But you've sustained that relationship.
You got to water your flowers, man.
Communicate.
You know?
Yeah, good communication.
How did you, like, do that with the NBA?
Yeah, I would always communicate with them, and also just engage
Check in.
and just engagement. I would always react. on their social media stuff.
That's
be man, that's funny. That's good stuff. So
that's the thing. Social media makes it so easy to maintain relationships if you just are intentional about it.
Straight up. So
NBA.
NBA. So next thing I know, I packed my stuff from LA. I'm out of there.
Oh, jeez, I kind of wanted to hit that.
Yeah.
What it was living like in LA.
It was.
Can we go on a side tangent?
Yeah, bro. It was different, bro. It was different.
Talk to the people.
I mean, bro.
Talk to the people. LA. What's that like?
Bro, I ain't even gonna lie to you,
Your
bro.
experience.
I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. Like, and it's different for everybody, but like for a little bit, bro, like from the personal side, bro, LA, like for a little bit made me hate social media. Especially like the parties and shit that I would go to. Like, I never forget. So this one party I went to, I think a couple months in, and I went with one of my coworkers at the time, and bro, I kid you not, bro, this one girl pulled up to me. She was like, "So what are you known for?" And I'm like,
that was the opening question.
Opening question.
Not even like, hey, how are you?
She just dingled my chain.
She probably seen the chain. I
She
didn't ask you to say it.
Bro,
I
she
was
seen
about
the
to
chain,
ask.
and she was like, "So what are you known for?" And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm normal. Like, nah. She was like, "So do you do like videos?" And I'm like, "Yeah, a little bit." And so she was like, "I do it too." And I was like, "Word, that's what's up." And she was like, "Yeah, I got like 30K, and I had like 300 at the time." So I was like, "Hey, respect. Like, you know, you're grinding." So she was like, "Can I?" She was like,
It sounds like you were about to flex on her for a second.
Yeah,
like, I'm at 300K. Like,
nah. Like, I was like, "Okay," but like, I didn't even tell her that part. She was like, "Can I see your TikTok?" And I'm like,
Jeez, that's
"All right, bet." I'm like, "All right, bet." So I show her straight up. She goes, "Oh, you ain't shit."
she did not tell you that.
Bro, on my mama's soul, bro. She was like,
Oh, no.
But I feel like
you
that's the
ain't
reality
shit.
of like what will go on.
And I was like,
in LA if you don't have a certain like.
and
status.
bro, like
crazy.
I already knew that anyway, really. But I was like, damn.
Right.
I'm like, that's a lot coming from your ass. And I was trying to compliment you, and you
Right.
over here trying to say you ain't. So I was like, all right, yeah, whatever. But yeah, nah.
That's
I'm talking.
wild.
They be doing TikToks in the road, in the mall, on the sidewalk, bro. They don't care.
LA seems.
They don't care.
In my opinion, LA seems fun to visit.
It's great to visit. Great to visit. Great to visit. But to live there,
It's a different
you
culture.
gonna see all kind of stuff, bro.
You gotta be built for that life.
Yeah.
You gotta surround yourself with the right people
Straight up.
that have the right intentions.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if you get caught up in trying to chase clout or just kind of like using people in a non actual like relationship built way,
Straight up.
you could just fall into a trap and get lost in the sauce with everything.
But yeah, so I packed my stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I'm laughing.
There's a clip from Hangover too where he's like, he says like, Taiwan has him now or something. It's like Baghdad has him now. He's never coming back. And that's like what it's like if you get the party life in LA. Like,
Yeah, man.
once that has
So,
you, it's not letting go.
It's not letting go. So I packed my stuff, had me a little bro shirt to Fort Lauderdale. You know what it is, spring break. You know what it is. So did that, and then we went to New Jersey, and then we was balling. And then so I was up there working right away. I enjoyed it because like I was getting my first love back, like
Wait, is
basketball.
NBA headquarters in Jersey?
So
Like, how does
there's
that
there's
work?
one in Jersey and there's one in New York, but I was in the one in Jersey. I only went to the one in New York like once, but I was up there working. Everybody up there, creative juggernauts, bro. Like everybody up there is like incredible, bro.
What are like the age ranges for all the creatives?
It's like 20, like mid 20s, late 20s, early 30s.
Got it.
Yeah, so,
So on the, like, the
it's a
younger-
balance.
yeah, yeah.
It's a balance. So
Yeah.
I was over there, man. I was just cooking up on like the NBA TikTok page, NBA Snapchat page, just like working nonstop. And I remember one day my boss was like, "You trying to go to the finals?" What? He's like, "You trying to work the NBA finals?" I'm like, yeah, like let's go. So I got in contact with with our people, and they was like, okay, here's your flight to San Francisco. So I'm like, come on, man, the Super Bowl, and now months later the finals, bro.
Social media for you guys,
Bro,
it opens doors,
Bro, I'm telling you.
That's why. Can you educate older people watching this? Like, no, seriously.
I'm not hear you.
Bro,
I'm
'cause
with
I
you,
feel
dog.
Like older people are like, oh, like go get that regular job, whatever. I get that, but at the same time, it's like there's so much that you can do in social media.
We're in a renaissance
content
right
is
now.
king, bro.
It's so much. It's
Think
not even
about
the
it.
same
Everyone
thing.
is on their.
It's a different
everyone is
space.
looking like this on their phone, scrolling. Even older people too.
Yeah, get out there and
Put my
create, bro.
phone down,
Sorry,
man.
I-
before I
My
get
bad,
upset.
Yeah,
My phone is
get
a
out
problem,
get out there and create, bro. So I was out there, man, and like, man, I saw Stephen Curry, bro, the hometown hero, bro, like raised in Charlotte. I seen him since the Charlotte Christian
Because
days,
of
bro.
social media.
And I was like, bro, come on, bro.
Over this year, who were if you had to give me a list of like the 3 coolest people you met, like the 3 people you would not have expected to meet in your life, who would it be?
Steph Curry,
Steph Curry,
Al Horford, because he's
Al
a
Horford.
Gator.
Okay, respect.
And you know what? Von Miller.
Yeah, Von Miller's tough.
I like Von Miller.
Yeah.
I like Von Miller.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the finals, bro, was something. And bro, and then we got to them hotels. Like San Francisco was lit, bro. But then we went to Boston, and then we went to Encore, Boston Harbor. So I had heard of Encore, but I was like, I ain't know what it was like Vegas. So we get there, banners, casino, all that. Bro, we get into our hotel room, bro. It's like the size of a house, bro.
Yeah.
Man.
And where?
In Boston. So we were going from the Bay to Boston, back to the Bay, and back to the Boston for Game 6. Bro, like, unreal. And then I was just working that summer, just making content nonstop. And then it got to a point, like when the season kicked off, I took a little break from social media for a little while, just kind of dealing with some mental health stuff. And then I came back and I started posting some sponsored stuff. And then I just got a call from one of our partnerships. They actually called my house, my mom's house, and she was like, "Yo, you okay?" And I was like, "I'm straight. What you heard?" And so she was like, "Somebody from the NBA called," and I was like, "Okay." So then they called me, and they was just basically like conflict of interest, basically, because like I was partnering like with Gatorade, GOD, you know what I'm saying, like licensees of the NBA. So they were just like, you won't be able to do stuff with them if you're gonna be able to work with us. So like I understood it. I understood it. So talked to some people, my GLD rep, he was like, "Man, give me 5 minutes." So I was like, "Okay." It is. So he was like, "Man, check your email." So I checked my email. 0.
I'm in.
I'm out.
Oh, the NBA. Out of the NBA.
Out. Yeah. It was crazy amount.
Right.
I was like, because I wanted to do my own thing at some point anyway,
yeah.
but it just happened a few months early, bro.
Right.
So I was just like,
that was all it took.
All it took, bro. So I just let my people know. I let them know a month in advance. So my departure from the NBA,
smooth
sailing, bro. Smooth. I still talk to them like today, bro. Smooth sailing.
Yeah.
And now you're just doing your own thing.
Doing my own thing, and like also like don't get me wrong, like, and I'll say that I'll do this now. So that 18-minute clip that I did on the Rams, it wasn't about the good people. There was a lot of good people there that I still love to this day. I still talk to this day. So I feel bad that I made them feel bad. Yeah.
Right.
That one person I was talking about, hell no, never.
Right.
Never.
You're just experienced.
Never.
Terrible.
Yeah, never.
I want to talk to you because I feel like this is a very important topic, especially in the days that we're living in now. Talk to me about kind of like you said that you took a break from social media. Mm. You were having some like mental health issues, family issues.
Yeah.
Kind of what's advice that you would give to people that are going through tough times that you kind of went through? And for people that are watching this that can really just like resonate with you.
It's cool to give it a rest sometimes.
Yeah.
It's cool. Sometimes you gotta put yourself first, bro. And that's one thing about the social media stuff. Is like last year I was trying to post every single day, just trying to get like some sort of reaction from people. But it's like, I gotta sit back and like who am I? Who do I really want to be? What's my why, basically?
Why.
And so basically, like in that like month and a half span, it really gave me clarity. I started talking to a therapist who's been awesome. Dr. Kid's been dope. And bro, like it just gave me clarity on who I wanted to be. And I feel like creating, making people laugh, putting a smile on people's faces, like it could sound cliche. It could sound cliche in the moment, but it took me 3 years. Think about it to figure
like your
that
why,
out,
your
to figure that out.
And a long social media, that's what comes with it. Everyone starts somewhere, but you just got to start.
You got to start.
And then from that starting point, you have a journey.
Yeah.
And you might be doing weird content at first. You might be doing this type of content. But eventually, as you keep going, you eventually find your why.
Yeah.
You eventually find your purpose. And it just is an accumulation of everything that you've been doing from just starting on social media and the different experiences that you've been in.
And regardless of what you're doing, that why, that passion is what keeps you going. Like it's easy to get to the top. But to stay there, that longevity factor, that's a big piece. I find it interesting you talked about, like, I just talked to my Uncle Andrew, who does a bunch of content himself, did Uninterrupted, played in the NFL, whatever. And he called me and was like, hey, like, as an entrepreneur, as a content creator, like, you got to be able to check yourself and make sure you have balance. Like, 'cause if you don't have that balance, if you're not taking care of yourself and really pouring into yourself, you can't pour into anybody else.
Facts.
You can't do it.
Yeah. And so, like, all that leads up to, where I am now. Doing my own thing, traveling. I've been blessed enough to be able to partner with companies like Shock Doctor for some 7-on-7 stuff this year. Trying to break into the YouTube scale because I've seen what it's done for my, my brothers like, like AJ Green and the world's like Ross 500s, Go 30s and all that. So That's where I'm at now, man. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, and what's like, is your why also like? Are you trying to be an inspiration to the youth? Like, is that
For sure.
For like everything that you're doing too, with like putting on the 7-on-7s, just being a positive influence on social media? Do you
bro.
feel that?
For sure, and I mean, honestly, it's an honor when these kids like they send me like DMs like, you know, how can I get bigger? How can I, you know, play at that level? Because you look, like I said, you're looking at a dude, you know, who, you know, never did any of that, but he still managed to make it happen. So I tell these people now, it's like, look, just because you don't get no offers, that don't mean your journey is over.
Right.
Like, trust me. Like, but you got to do some of the work too. It's not just gonna be handed to you. So that's why I try to tell them, like, make sure you work your tail off, but nothing's gonna be handed to you. So that's why it's really, like I said, it's an honor to be able to like to talk to young kids and just be like, yo, man, like, trust your process, keep your head down, bro, and everything will just work out, bro.
Yeah.
And what's your advice for athletes trying to create a personal brand while being in college? Because now with NIL,
be
It's a
authentic.
huge part of it now. Yeah.
Just be authentic.
Yeah.
Just be you, bro. People respect you a lot more if you're just yourself, bro. Because a lot of these dudes with millions now, you see, like, you know, you mean to tell me that some of these cats like ask questions on their phone? That's what they was born to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it took me 3 years to figure out that I wanted to do this thing. So just be yourself, bro.
Yeah.
Be you. Forget what anybody else says. Everybody's got a different story, and that's really it. 2 words: be you.
I read a quote yesterday that said, authenticity eliminates competition. Like, especially in a world packed full of content creators, it's only going to continue to get more competitive, and more creators will be on there. Being you, if you're just hustling, going hard, and being yourself, nobody can do what you're doing.
Yeah.
And finding that lane, like you said, the 3 years you took to figure that out is what's going to carry you long term.
Facts. And like one thing too is like, I look at some of these dudes with like millions of views, but they're not doing stuff with like Gatorade.
Right.
They're not doing stuff with GOD. So that's when I stopped looking at it from a number standpoint. It's just like,
The followers. Sorry, I just cursed. We can bleep it out.
My mom watches this.
Like all that. You need to actually have a purpose and a reason of why you're doing it.
Straight
of why
up.
you're like putting out that content. And like for myself and like the experiences that I've had, obviously from like late August to like early November, I was on the move. Just it was nonstop travel, and I really started to like lose my purpose and my why of what I was doing. That's kicking sheets, trying to inspire. Yeah, kick the sheets. Like motivating and inspiring millions of people to just wake up every day with the purpose and just be the best versions of themselves. And during all this travel, I was burning myself out, and I was losing that kick the sheets, like not the mindset, but just during the week, I didn't even want to like get out of bed
passion, like the drive, the
that passion and that
Yeah.
drive. And what I realized over the past couple months is if you could take care of your body, like your physical health, everything else will start falling into place.
Mental health in that combo too. Physical and mental, man.
Well, because you take care of yourself physically, that's where your mental clarity will start happening,
Yeah,
and
no
that's
doubt.
when
The
you
two
start.
correlate for sure. They 100% correlate. And you kind of showed me that when we started doing the kick the sheets together. That's real talk.
Yeah, and like, do you feel that? Like, was there ever a point where like you're kind of burning out, kind of losing your purpose or your passion?
Yeah, I think when I was in LA, and a little bit like when I was just posting nonstop, even like last year, bro. Because like I was posting stuff, but it was like,
You didn't even like what you're posting. You're just
yeah,
posting because it got views or like.
right, right. But then like once I kind of like moved back to the east, and I was like, okay, I got my own space, my own like privacy. I can do my own thing, you know, be my own shenanigan. Then it's like, okay, now I got a safe space. I can crack out content the way I want to, and the rest will just take care of itself. So now it's a lot of maturing since when I first started. Like I said, that first video, you're like,
Right.
yeah, but like.
But you can't focus on that. You have to focus
Right.
on your real reason, your real why, and your purpose in this life. Because if you get caught up in the other things, it might be short-term success of like a cool glow up, but you got to start thinking long-term and thinking long-term of how you can create a sustainable personal brand.
Facts. Big facts.
Last question I have for you. Obviously, everybody knows you as the football player, the content creator. That's what people think of when they see you. What else are you passionate about? What are you doing away from that? Talk to me.
Man, so I got a little hobby. So I use this thing every morning called a kalimba.
Okay.
Because my favorite band growing up was Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Okay.
So
Do you remember?
you see, I
When
know more than just September. Let's groove.
Okay, you're a real Earth, Wind, and Fire fan. Okay.
15 albums nonstop.
Okay.
Like the whole drive here, I was blasting
Earth,
Earth,
Wind,
Wind, and Fire.
Okay.
Straight Earth, Wind, and Fire. So I play like a little kalimba. I've been playing it since I was like literally a kid, bro. Getting back into the rhythm of playing the piano, bro, and just like
Play piano?
Yeah.
I play piano too, man. I can't do nothing but respect that.
always had that thing, bro. And honestly, bro, I gotta just pass them just for like self identity, bro.
Yeah.
Cause like you learn so much about yourself as a man, bro.
No doubt.
Bro, like I tell you straight up, like during all that, bro, I had a girlfriend, bro. That ego is a mother, you know what, bro.
Yeah.
Cause like, bro,
Was she holding you back?
no, not at all.
Oh, she was letting you go.
No, not at all.
Dude, I'm so bad at comprehension.
It's all right. It's all right. I
No,
respect it, bro.
not at all, bro. Like, bro, like,
Yeah, seriously.
I look back at it now, bro, and it's like, bro, ego is
Yeah.
a MFer, bro.
Yeah.
And like, bro, like, cause she was the first one that I genuinely was like,
You was locked in, twin.
bro,
Right.
bro, like,
L.
I still think about it to this day, bro. Like, damn, it hurt, bro. But
Right.
like,
No doubt.
you know what I'm saying? Like, everything
crazy.
happened for a reason, bro. Like, you know, everything happens for a reason. It may happen again. I don't know. I doubt it personally, but you know, we'll see. So
Listen, man, life is all about, making mistakes,
straight up,
adjusting, redefining yourself where you need to, and learning. Like,
yeah.
Especially as a man, like the ego thing is real. Like it's ingrained into you socially.
Oh, yeah.
Like you grow up that way, and until it gets checked, until you have that moment where you realize it, like you really can't address it. So it's just about how you respond in those moments. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My last question for you. I guess it's a two-parter. Who do you look up to, and what motivates you every day?
Look, I've been looking up to this man since I was a kid. Tim Tebow, bro.
Timbo.
is your OG.
Tim Tebow, bro.
Timbo.
Bro, like just the way he, bro. And it's so funny because like I ain't play no football growing up, but bro, just seeing his passion for that game and like his character off the field, bro. I'm like, bro, I want to be like that, bro.
Yeah.
Like be able to show my athletic side and then off the field be a completely different, respectful human being because there's so many stereotypes about athletes, but I always wanted to break that. And like Tim Tebow was like my idol. Him and Cam Newton.
Yeah.
When Cam came to Charlotte,
Yeah.
bro, like it was at a point, bro, where I don't think people realize the impact Cam Newton had on Charlotte, bro.
Yeah.
Like, bro, we used to be in church and we'd be like, bro, where you going to see Cam? You going to see Cam at your house? The state? Like, bro, like
What
people.
kind of churches you go to?
I went to just a Baptist church.
What are the churches where they all like, where you guys like, where everyone like sings and stuff?
Oh,
Black churches.
Yeah,
that's
black
what you're
church.
talking about.
Yeah,
Black
hey,
churches.
no matter what,
I don't think
no
that's
matter what black church you go to, you're gonna
it's
be
gonna be
testing the
linear
time of
there.
them 1 p.m. games, bro.
Yeah.
You gonna barely make it.
Yeah, I mean, I probably wouldn't cuss while saying it, but yeah, it is lit. Like,
Oh yeah,
Have you
respect
been
to a black church.
Yeah.
yeah.
I've been to black church. I would say, I've spent my fair share.
So like, could you take me to a black church?
Oh man,
If you wanted to come seriously,
Yeah.
I'd bring you to a black church. But I'm telling you, like, you can't come in there
crazy.
acting crazy, cussing, talking about kick the sheets. You'll get knocked out. They will knock you out. In the name of Jesus, they will. I'm telling you, they'll.
If I like bring energy, and I'm like
Okay,
smiling with
but
everyone,
again,
Honestly, they're gonna think he capping.
if they think that you're mocking them,
oh,
they
yeah,
will
it's
jump.
gonna be a rap. It's gonna be a
I'm a
rap.
very curious man, and I want to experience as much as I can
Listen, man.
in this
honestly.
life that
Again,
I'm
Brad.
living, and I've like seen it in like movies and stuff, and it just looks like
He liked that fast music when they start playing that.
Yeah.
on the drum.
Now,
He
Brad
like
would
that.
definitely hang. He'd be cool.
He
I would
like
just,
that.
my concern would be,
Would you feel comfortable bringing me to a black church?
I would, as long as if I grab your arm and tell you to chill, you adhere to my advice. Yeah. Like, that's all I need. And you can come with me, bro. It'll be cool, man. We'd be happy to have you.
Man, straight
All right.
All right.
I'm
dead
down
serious.
to do it.
We ain't bringing no cameras. This ain't TikTok.
Okay,
All right, this is
Yeah.
good. This is for
This
just
is real
Brad
life,
to
man. Real
experience
life.
a black
All right.
type
church.
stuff. Yes, sir.
But,
Oh, that's fun.
all right, I think we wrap this up. You
Yes,
got anything
sir,
else that
man.
you want to say to the pod?
Bro,
Being
man.
here at State College.
My first in-person podcast ever. First in-person podcast ever, bro. So I appreciate y'all for allowing me to come back to Penn State, bro. And yeah, man, we here for the whole weekend. We're gonna turn up, man, do some stuff in the
Gotta
football
turn up
facility,
tonight.
bro, man.
Absolutely,
Gotta
man.
go crazy,
On
man.
Clifford
So,
Taylor,
man,
you
I
see his
appreciate
chain.
you, bro,
Appreciate
man.
you.
Appreciate you
Hawk,
coming
man.
on, fam.
Love always,
Much
bro.
love.
Yeah. Hey guys,
Yes,
make
sir.
sure to like, subscribe, comment, turn on post notifications. Appreciate all of you. Really excited for the future of the Brad Kraut Show. Gonna continue having on amazing guests. A lot of people that are just doing cool shit, under 25. Obviously, we'll have some older people on, but I really like having this theme of having just cool people doing cool shit under 25. I just feel like it's really cool. There's so many
Young and
people out
hungry,
there
man. Yeah.
that are just young and hungry and want to get after it. And I think that bringing people on the Brad Kraut Show, we can really start having like an impact by telling people's stories, their journeys of just how they've gotten to where they are at such a young age. So really excited for it. And yeah, see you in the next one. Is there like cool music coming out? Nah.